us at all. It has a hidden agenda.
We already have the right to opt out if we don't want our money to go towards political purposes.
It sets up two different sets of rules, one for public employees, firefighters like myself, and no rules for corporate America.
California will have more power on the governor's side and less power for the nurses.
The teachers are going to say no to Prop 75.
Your favorite shows, your favorite news team, now on Sunday night.
Councilmember Donna Fry says she'll fix the pension mess if elected mayor, but she voted 24 times to increase pension benefits. She cut city services while voting herself a pay raise, and her plan is to raise your taxes by $1 billion to pay for her mistakes. City Hall politicians have failed us. It's time to clean house. Jerry Sanders has turned troubled organizations around and earned bipartisan respect. Jerry Sanders for mayor.
Frontier knocked out Colorado with the most powerful V6. We knocked out Tacoma with more horsepower and class-leading torque. We even gave the Dakota a standing 8. Frontier's V6 outpowers their V8. The 2005 Nissan Frontier. It's a knockout. Now get $1,250 cash back or 3% APR on Frontier. Better drop by your Nissan dealer now.
Buy certain mattresses right now at Banner, and we'll throw in the box for free. Plus, we'll pay your sales tax and no interest for 2 years.
Banner Mattress.
Bill and Lisa in the Big Apple, Tuesday morning on 10 News. Get 10 News on your schedule, on cable with News Channel 15, online with 10news.com, or on your phone with 10 News to go. The perfect fit for your busy life. 10 News, your way.
The special election is just a little over a week away, and tonight we continue our coverage of the propositions.
10 News reporter Elizabeth Sanchez took a look at Proposition 77, the redistricting measure. Elizabeth?
Carol and Hal, Proposition 77 calls for the redrawing of the state's congressional and legislative districts. It would take the redistricting out of the hands of legislators and put them into the hands of retired judges.
I don't know about all these other propositions, but if the legislators hate Prop 77, I'm for it.
The ads may show housewives knocking politicians and celebrity judges.
If Prop 77 passes, retired judges like me will be given too much political power.
But Proposition 77 is all about who gets to draw political districts. It allows retired judges to hold public hearings and redraw district boundaries based on U.S. Census numbers.
Frankly, it doesn't matter where you go, which political party is on which side. Politicians don't want to give up this opportunity to choose who their voters will be, as opposed to the voters choosing themselves.
The biggest argument for Prop 77 uses last fall's election as an example of how bad the current system is. 153 seats were up for grabs. Not a single one changed party hands. But no supporters say a yes vote puts too much power into the hands of unelected judges and will cost Californians millions of dollars because voters have to approve the districts.
Every time there's a special election, it's $60 to $100 million. And so that's what to have it approved is probably going to be another $60 to $100 million just to have these, whatever these 3 judges come up with, approved.
The no folks say Prop 77 makes minorities suffer, not considering factors such as shared culture, demographics, and economy. But the Mexican-American Political Association backs the plan.
The fight in the Latino community has always been for increased political representation, commensurate to our numbers in the population and our growth.
Most no supporters agree the current way California draws state and congressional boundaries needs to change, but they don't think 77 is the answer. Proposition 77 is supported by many major California newspapers, including the UT.
All right, Elizabeth, thanks for that.
All right, the Chiefs are coming to town. Todd Salkowski joins us now with, well, a preview.
Well, yeah, I've been breaking down the numbers, and everybody's like, oh, the Chargers, they're going to run all over Kansas City. But you know what? I don't really want to scare anyone, but this is Halloween weekend, and the Chargers-Chiefs game kind of gives me the chills. A Bolts loss, as you know, would be devastating, but don't be shocked if KC pulls off an upset. Don't kill the messenger. The Chiefs' running game is just off the charts. Priest Holmes, well, he's still getting it done. And his backup, Larry Johnson, is just as tough. Each guy won over 90 yards against Miami last week, and they are the best 1-2 punch in the NFL. Plus, they are rested and ready. Now, the good news is the Bolts have the second best rush defense in the NFL. They are definitely going to need it.
Look out, Johnson spinning away.
Well, you know, they're both fine runners. Priest has got a little more experience and is involved more in the passing game. But the young man, Johnson from Penn State, he's a big, powerful guy who can run behind his pad. So they're kind of spelling him. Looks like, you know, Priest is getting a couple of series, and then you know, you see Johnson in there, but their running game is among the elite in this league, in my opinion, and it starts with the people up front.
The Channel 10 Pigskin Pick'em tournament continues. Last week's winner, Hal Clement, sitting here. All right. This week, it's a former pitcher who swings a mighty shillelagh taking on his wisecracking TV sidekick. You know them as Matt and Mud. Here's Ben Higgins.
And a couple of baseball guys for this week's Pigskin Pick'em Challenge, although Mark Grant from football territory in Illinois and Matt Vasgersian once called games for the XFL, and no one ever lets him forget it, so we should have a good matchup. Mark, we'll start you out. The hometown team, the Chicago Bears, taking on the Detroit Lions. Battle for first place.
You know what? It's the old black and blue division, Detroit, Chicago. Always a good game. The Bears have lost some low-scoring games. They've won some low-scoring games. I'm going to go with my Bears. I have to.
This is easy because I know that Mud's going to pick the Bears. My vast research has told me that it'll be Detroit just because Mud's taking the Bears.
Next up, the Oakland Raiders, who got a big game from Lamont Jordan last week. Now, can they keep it going at the Tennessee Titans?
Well, I know that Matt Vasgersian is a big Oakland Raider fan. And hate is a pretty strong word. I dislike the Raiders. I hate they go down in flames.
The Silver and Black had a big win against Buffalo. Raiders found the running game. Raiders.
The New York Giants are fresh off a fantastic finish. Will the momentum carry over to a home game against the Redskins?
Big play to end the ball game. I think that'll do wonders for Eli Manning and the New York Giants in their confidence. I'm picking the Gigantes.
The New York Football Giants.
Game 4, the Philadelphia Eagles may have caught a break against the Chargers. Now, can they return the favor by knocking off Denver on the road?
I like Denver, but you know what? They're in the same division as the Chargers, so I'm going to have to go with the Eagles. I hope the Eagles just put the claws into the Broncos.
And although I suspect Mud may have chosen Denver, and I just can't stand to be in lockstep with that guy, I will choose the Denver Broncos.
And finally, the phrase must win is being whispered around Chargers Park. Will they deliver against the Kansas City Chiefs?
I think San Diego is going to come back and really put a spanking on the Chiefs. I think a big game from LT. So I'm picking the Chargers. I'm going to be the hometown guy. You know, call me crazy. Chargers.
It's a big win for the Chargers. I mean, it's not a must-win yet, but it's close. So I got to go with the Bolts on that one.
Well, at least they agree on something, but only one can move on. We'll see the other next baseball season. Those are this week's Pigskin Picks.
Everybody always picks the Chargers. To baseball, the White Sox are partying like it's 1917. The series champs took to the streets of Chicago to celebrate the city's first baseball title in 88 years. I'll have more on the big party coming up at 6:30, including some singing players. You'll want to see that coming up at 6:30.
Man, that looked like a real snowstorm coming down.
Oh, my goodness. Wasn't that something?
So the Red Sox win, the White Sox win. Can the Cubs be far behind? I mean, come on now.
They're not looking good.
No.
I don't like their chances.
You be honest, Todd. Thanks. She can dance, play the piano, and to some she's known as Little Miss Alpine.
That's right. Now 7-year-old Haley Price has a new claim to fame. 10 News reporter Kim Edwards introduces us to a budding Martha Stewart.
It's a burrito-sized flour tortilla.
With the confidence of a 5-star chef, Haley Price guides us through her original recipe.
We take 3 tablespoons of applesauce.
She created this dessert burrito for a cooking contest hosted by Mission Foods. For the Disney theme, Haley picked her favorite, Snow White, and the 7 Dollops dessert burrito.
She likes everyone. She doesn't, even the queen, even though she was mean to her, she didn't say, no, I'm not going to do all the chores. She just did them anyway.
The main ingredient? Apples, of course.
Applesauce and chopped up apples is the main ingredient because it's apples and there was a poisonous apple.
And each dollop is named for one of the 7 dwarfs.
And this one's from Sneezy, Because when you say it sort of funny, it can be like cashew, like you're sneezing.
Add marshmallows for Dopey, lemon juice for Grumpy, fold and cook till golden brown.
Oh yeah, that's golden.
And this burrito is worth a little gold to Haley. The recipe won first prize from Mission Foods, $10,000.
Which dollop was that? Happy.
Top it off with ice cream and bon appetit.
Here's Snow White and the $7.
The final step, call in your toughest critic or your biggest fan.
This is great. Thank you, sweetie.
Something tells us this isn't the first time Dad's been proud of Haley. With photojournalist Kyle Majors, Kim Edwards, 10 News.
Oh my, that looks good. If you'd like more information on the cooking contest, log on to our website, 10news.com, click on Scene on 10. You will find Haley's dessert burrito recipe and a link to Mission Foods.
Oh man, I'm hungry. Cashew.
What? Cashew. What a creation.
Lauren, you got any food out there?
Nope. No Snow White for San Diego either. We'll just have the $7 this weekend. It should be a pretty nice weekend. We're going to still see some clouds tomorrow morning as our low continues to work.